What it do, Jab Turkeys? So recently I was challenged to give my favorite movies of each genre, whether it be comedy, action, thriller, war movies, etc., all that stuff. So my guy over there at Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristen, was the one that gave me the challenge. And if you know me, I don't back down, baby. Let's go. I don't care if you know that karate shit. Let's get it. Alright, so this is going to be my favorite movies of each genre, and I'm going to echo what he actually said in his video. My mood can change any day from now. I could watch another movie and I could be like, oh wait, that's my favorite movie of all time in that genre. It's like my top 5 or top 10 when it comes to hip-hop. It always rotates, just depends on my mood. But my mood today, this will be my picks. We're going to start with comedy. My favorite comedy of all time is 21 Jump Street. Man, that movie right there put so much delight in my life. I was not expecting it to be so funny. I didn't care anything about the 21 Jump Street franchise. Can Channing Tatum even be funny? What the hell? The guy from Step Up, I was so confused. But boy, did it exceed my expectations. The bar was low, and not only did it exceed it, it raised it. Very funny movie. I quote it all the time. And I feel like it's going to be talked about for 10 years, 20 years to come. 21 Jump Street. Alright, so this is my pick for favorite action movie of all time. And this was hard because I feel like I wanted to put this movie on here just because it's my favorite movie of all time. But this movie has a lot of different genres you could put it in. You could put it in action, you could put it in drama, you could put it in comedy, you could put it in western. But I decided to put it in the action category just because I have other movies I feel like deserve those titles a little bit more. And this is Django Unchained. And yes, I know a lot of you want to Die Hard or Alien or something like that, but I love Django Unchained. And some of the best parts is the action stuff. When he has the gun and he's tearing up racist white people, great stuff. I could watch it all day. So yes, action, Django Unchained. When it comes to horror, our next category, I'm not the biggest horror fan. I am impressed by a lot of the stuff it's done between the years. I don't know, I've never gravitated to it as much as a lot of people in my life. But this is one that I feel like is just not only rewatchable, the whole series is great, regardless of some of them being better than the other. But when it comes to this series, I feel like it kind of changed things when it comes to the horror franchise, and that's Saw. Man, that movie had me on my seat the whole time. Granted, you can't really get the surprise a second time, but man, the way it was filmed with such a low budget, and it just had me intrigued, and I didn't even see that ending coming. Amazing. Saw 1, and I love the Saw franchise, like I said. Some of the writing's kind of ridiculous, but I'm invested in the story, so that's why I still watch it. Saw, my favorite horror of all time. And my sci-fi pick, everybody knows this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I got some of the props right here. I got Marty McFly in the DeLorean. I got the hoverboard, which will be Back to the Future. Probably one of the best trilogies of all time, too. But yeah, the first Back to the Future is almost a flawless movie. Seriously, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I can quote it for days. And yeah, it really gives my hope for the future that time travel might be a thing. Or even flying cars. So yeah, I love Back to the Future. Please don't ever remake it. Please don't ever reboot it. So keep this treasure of a movie there for us to love till the end of time. Favorite drama of all time right here would be Forrest Gump. Now, I had a lot that I wanted to put in drama, but I feel like Forrest Gump is just one of those coming-of-age tearjerkers I just couldn't not talk about. Granted, like I said in the beginning of this video, I could change my mind. I feel like it could when it comes to drama. But Forrest Gump, I feel like, is the bar of a perfect drama. I feel like Forrest Gump is the perfect movie to tug on all your emotions. Laughter, sadness, anger, all that stuff is in this movie. So yeah, Forrest Gump. Great drama right there. Alright, so my favorite animation was another one that was hard because this one is one of my favorite movies of all time, but I've been impressed with a lot of animation lately, like Into the Spider-Verse or the Toy Story franchise, Up. But my favorite animation still, to this day, is Lion King. Not talking about that live action bullshit, but the animation. Such a good movie. I just have great memories with it with my father, and just the whole message of just letting the past die and becoming who you're supposed to be. One of the best soundtracks of all time. Who doesn't love the beginning of this movie? Na Savanya! Let me stop before I get a copyright strike. But man, amazing movie. Still holds up. Favorite war movie? Now, kind of like horror, I'm not like the best knowledgeable when it comes to war movies, but the war movies that I have watched, I've been very impressed with. I definitely recommend Miracle at St. Anne, which would have been my favorite one if it wasn't for this. Inglourious Bastards. And yes, Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director, and I just loved everything about Inglourious Bastards. It feels like it takes place in an alternate universe where similar things happen, but man, watching Hitler get lit up, watching the standoff with these guys with their pistols at their balls, it's great. It's very gory, and just like Django Unchained, where I love to see racist people get theirs, I love to see Nazis get theirs from the Jews as well. I really hope that Quentin Tarantino does this a movie with like Native Americans killing racist white people as well. But yes, Inglourious Bastards. Love this movie. Please check it out if you have 5 hours of your life to spare. And next on my list is romance. Not my favorite category because I don't really watch movies to say, "Oh wow, they fell in love. It's such a beautiful story." But when a good one hits my radar, I will give it props all day. And this one right here, one of the few movies that make me actually cry, and this is Moonlight. This is about a homosexual young boy that it's kind of a coming of age story, but he's just dealing with his identity issues, and throughout the story he's had a love for this other guy that seems like he might have some closeted feelings himself. And I love this movie. I love everything about the direction, the cinematography, the performances. Definitely check out Moonlight. And if you have a problem with the subject matter, you can get the fuck out of here, but this is a very good movie. Moonlight. Best romance. And this last one right here, this was hard as well because like adventure and sci-fi are kind of the same category. Like I challenge you to give me an adventure story that doesn't have any sci-fi elements, and I challenge you to give me a sci-fi movie that doesn't have any adventure elements. So this movie you can technically say is sci-fi, but I will still argue that it is also an adventure movie, which is the original Star Wars 1977, A New Hope. Yes, it's still my favorite Star Wars movie, and I loved it. I loved the chemistry with the cast. I loved the writing. George Lucas is a genius. He's given us a $1 trillion franchise from this movie right here. Heavily inspired by, of course, samurai stuff over there in Japan. Yes, Star Wars, A New Hope, my favorite adventure movie of all time. And that was it. That was my list of favorite movies of each genre. And I guess this is the part where I give some challenges, eh? Alright. You sons of bitches over there at 4 Nerds and 1 Podcast, I would like to see your favorite movie of each genre. Give them to me. We got 4 nerds over there. Come on, I got Daryl, we got Robert, we got Lebanon Don, we got my boy Izzy. Give me your favorite movie of each genre. You know what? I'm gonna add one more. My boy Alex Snow. Alex Snow, I'm gonna need you to give us a video of your favorite movies of each genre. And I would like to also see your choices in the comments. Everybody that's watching, let me know your favorite movies of each genre.
Help keep your brother out the streets. Subscribe to my dad's YouTube channel. Love, peace, and chicken.